I don't usually clean up this nice, but I feel really cute today. Hey babes, it's Lilith. Welcome back to my channel. I clean up kind of nice. I did some videos to make me feel nice about myself on TikTok and take some cute pictures, you know, for body positivity purposes, and I feel very cute. If you want to see those pictures of those videos, please head over to my TikTok and my Instagram, which you can find in the links below, and actually head over to my Twitter too, because they'll be there too. We are here for another shifting video today. I cannot believe how much my last shifting video has blown up. I don't know when this is going to get posted, but as of when it's being filmed, it has like 6,000 views, and since I've posted it, I've gained 400 subscribers, I think. I don't know how much it'll have by then or how many I will have gained by then, but as of the last time I looked at my channel, it had 6,000 views and I have like 800 and something subscribers. I wonder how many I will have by the time I actually get this edited and posted. But thank you guys so much. Oh my god, for all the love on that video and the love on my other shifting videos, and to all of the new subscribers. Hi, I'm Lilith. I'm assuming that you're here because of the shifting videos. Don't worry, there will be more shifting content on the way. But feel free to also check out my other videos. I will eventually do something that isn't shifting, but as of right now, I'm kind of a little bit obsessed, so that's pretty much what we're on about. So today, we will be doing another shifting video. As you can tell by the title, today is all about the Raven method. If you guys have seen my video about what shifting is, if you haven't, the playlist to my previous shifting videos is down in the description along with my social media links. I briefly explained what a method was and how it was a tool to possibly help you get to your DR when you're shifting. But something I want to preface this and any future method video that I make, you don't need to have a method to shift, just like you don't need to have a script to shift, and just like you don't always get symptoms or the same symptoms as other people when shifting. Everybody is different. I personally prefer to have methods because I kind of have been trying a method that's like a no method for the last like week and a half. It's done nothing. I usually am the kind of person that has symptoms. I had none. I have not shifted with it, and I just felt like it wasn't doing anything. And I personally am the kind of person that, because I have OCD, my brain works off of a process and a pattern and steps, and it helps me think, it helps me feel better about it, and it's just how my brain works. And maybe you're the same kind of person as me and you need a method. The Raven method, to me, is one of the easiest methods to start off with for beginner shifters or shifters that are bad at visualization. I personally am very, very, very bad at visualization. So the Raven method is great for me. I think the other most easy one would be the pillow method, which is probably going to be my next video because I want to get the two easy ones out first. That way that beginners who've seen my videos can see those, and then I'll move on to ones that involve more steps or visualization. But I wanted to start with the Raven method because to me, it works the best for me. The Raven method was the one that I started off using, and it is the one that's personally given me the most results. I've gotten the most results personally by applying together the pillow method and the Raven method, but like I said, I'll go into the pillow method in my next video. Essentially, what the Raven method is, it means that when you go to shift, this is a sleep method. There are sleeping methods and non-sleep methods, which essentially means you fall asleep or you don't fall asleep. I prefer sleep methods. It's just how my brain works. So this is a sleep method that you would do right before you're going to go to bed. For the Raven method, the most common way of doing it is sleeping on your back in the starfish position. And what that means is basically you lay on your back with kind of like your arms spread out and your legs spread out, basically so your limbs don't touch. A lot of people have trouble with this, me included. I've heard people say before that you don't have to sleep in the starfish position in order to actually do the Raven method, but a lot of people are like, I personally think it helps. I personally think it gets me at the headspace. I personally do it whenever I'm trying to shift. I think that's also because it helps to keep my brain awake, because in the process of shifting, your body is asleep, but like your conscious self is still roaming about. So to me, it helps because it takes longer for me to fall asleep, and it'll make it easier for me to get through all of my counting before I pass out. So I lay in the Raven position with the starfish and things, and you can either do this in complete silence, or you can have music playing that makes you think of your DR, or you can have a subliminal playing. And once you've done that, you have to lay completely still. This is the one thing that I've seen everybody agree on so far. If not, and you think differently, please let me know. you have to stay completely still. This is the part where a lot of people have issues, because laying on your back with your limbs spread out and not moving sucks, and it's uncomfortable and it's hard to sleep. If that's going to be an issue for you, maybe try doing the Raven method in a comfortable position for you to sleep in, or maybe try a different method, but this is the way that a lot of people do it. I have seen a girl actually talk about why the starfish position is involved, not just in this method, but in several other methods when it comes to shifting, because it helps you differentiate where you're feeling different things in your body, and because it's also supposed to help kind of plank you out and kind of like keep you awake a little bit. Like I said, most of the time when I see people talk about it, it has to do with making sure you feel everything separately in your body, that your limbs aren't touching, that kind of stuff. But because I do it in the starfish position, once I'm laying in the position, I don't move. This means you don't voluntarily move. It's one thing if like something in you twitches, you know, like if your finger twitches or your eyelid or something, and it's okay like when your stomach and your chest are moving when you're breathing, but like don't like reach up and scratch something, don't roll over, don't move your arms and body, you know, blah blah blah. And this can be kind of hard because a lot of people experience symptoms that are akin to itching or twitching or tingling and stuff like that in different parts of their body. So it sucks, especially since a lot of the time I get like itches on my legs or like in my nose or like on my eye or something. So any itches that you have, scratch them beforehand and then don't move. It is your body's way of trying to see if you're actually awake while you're doing your method. You gotta trick it so that your consciousness can leave and go to your DR. So don't itch any itches, don't move. Once you're in your position, kind of take a minute to breathe, kind of relax your body as much as humanly possible. Something that you could do preemptively, and this I would suggest before every time that you shift, whether you're using a method or not, or whatever method that you're using, I would suggest anywhere between 5 and 20 minutes of meditation ahead of time. You can do it in silence, you can do a guided meditation, you can do it to subliminal or music, you can do it with or without visualization, but the goal is to think about your DR, maybe say your affirmations to yourself in your head, relax your body, feel just very zen. Try to kind of do a similar thing once you're in that position. Take deep breaths, relax your muscles. Muscles? I suck at talking. Relax your muscles and just make sure you're not tense anywhere. Try to be as comfortable as humanly possible and as little tension in your body as you can manage. Then you are going to start counting to yourself from 1 to 100. I personally think it's best when you talk out loud and you're counting, because you also have to say an affirmation in between each number all the way up to 100 before you're allowed to go to sleep. Some people choose to visualize while they're doing this as well, but I can't count and do affirmations and visualize at the same time. It's too much, and I also can't seem to count in my head and do affirmations because I get lost. So it's easier for me and it's easier for a lot of people. So when you're like counting and speaking out loud, you're then going to say an affirmation. You could repeat the same affirmation, or you could switch it up every single time, or do a few in a row of the same one and then switch it. So it would essentially be like 1, I am shifting, 2, I am safe, 3, I am going home, 4, I am a master shifter, that kind of stuff. All of this obviously is in my head. I'm just saying it out loud so because you can't hear me thinking. And if you're the kind of person that experiences symptoms, you could maybe start getting symptoms during this. You could feel the tingling or the body heaviness, or you could feel a little bit swimmy. Watch my video on symptoms if you're curious as to what other kind of symptoms you could get. But you will do this all the way up to 100 and then you will fall asleep. I know this is really, really hard because this is a very uncomfortable position, but it helps if you're going to do this position or sleep in starfish, whatever. If you're going to do this method, it helps if you're actually tired for this and you know you can conk out on your back. I personally have a really hard time sleeping in that position, and it took me a couple of weeks of doing it before I felt like I could actually fall asleep without rolling over first. My first time ever doing this method, I could not fall asleep to save my life, and I gave up and I rolled over. It is, by the way, okay if you end up moving around in your sleep. Once you're asleep, that's completely fine. You're cool to move. But I rolled over and I wasn't even on my side for a whole minute before I felt someone tap me twice on my right shoulder, and it scared the absolute crap out of me. Rolled over, I thought my mother was in my room, and then I was just in my room by myself. So that scared the crap out of me. I was also doing a combination of this method and pillow method when somebody grabbed me around the ankle. I think those personally are two very easy ones to combine, but you'll learn that when I talk about it in my next video. Something that it helps for this, at least my personal suggestions from doing it myself, don't have your subliminal or your music or whatever on too loud. You need to do this in as dark a space as possible, so I suggest an eye mask while you're sleeping. If you don't have as big of a bed as I do and you can't like stretch out this way and then put your legs out the exact same way, it's okay to kind of have them out by your sides or like up by your head like this if you don't have as much room, as long as your arms are not touching each other, they are not touching your legs are not touching each other. You know, as long as you're as spread as you humanly can, you don't have to be out like this or have your legs out the same way. But if you can, do that. Every time that I talk about a different method for shifting, which not all of the rest of my shifting videos will be, just some of them, I'm going to rate them on like a 5-star kind of system. I was going to do a 10-point system, but then I'm just going to get complicated with numbers and stuff. So I'm just going to do a 5-star system. Honestly, I think that I would give this probably a 4.5 or a 5-star. Because to me, it's really super, super easy. It's enough of a process that I feel like I'm actually doing something other than just laying there and crossing my fingers. And it also feels really, like I said, it feels processy to me. I have OCD, so I feel like I'm going through steps, and that makes me feel more comfortable and it puts my anxiety at ease. This is very easy for beginners. I would suggest this honestly as the first method that you try if you can. Like I said, you don't have to visualize anything. You can if you want to, but most people really don't. They just deal with the affirmations and the counting. If you guys want an entire video of just like a list of like suggested affirmations that you can do to yourself, both while you're trying to shift and like throughout the day that you can tell yourself to kind of get them in your brain, please let me know and I'll do one on that as well if you guys need help with that. I know sometimes those are really hard to come up with. I know that this video was fairly short, but I'm hoping that you guys liked it. Again, thank you so much for all of the love on my last video. Thank you so much for all of the new subscribers and to all of my older subscribers for sticking with me through this journey. If you guys want to see more videos about shifting, please check out my TikTok, which you can find in the links below. Also, follow my Instagram and my Twitter. If you have not seen my previous videos about shifting, including what shifting is, all about shifting clones and scripting, and then my last video, which was all about symptoms, there is a playlist linked below with all of my previous shifting videos. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Happy and safe shifting, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Did you hear my arm crack? I'm gonna try that again. I love you guys. Be safe. Goodbye.